If you've ever wondered how much land it takes to run a wind farm, or whether your property could host one, then you're in the right place. Wind energy is rapidly increasing across the UK, and landowners everywhere are asking the same question: do I have space, the wind speed, and the setup to make this work? In this video, we're going to break down what you need to know from acreage and soil quality to planning permission and payments, and you can see if your land measures up. A single commercial turbine usually needs around 1.5 acres of land per turbine, but if we include space for installation, construction vehicles, and access roads, that number can increase anywhere from 25 to 40 acres per turbine during setup. In total, you could be looking at around 40 acres per megawatt of capacity. Even if the UK expanded to 45 gigawatts of onshore wind by 2035, that would still only use 0.02% of the country's total land area, leaving 99% untouched for farming, wildlife, and housing. Developers will assess several key factors before choosing a site. Wind speeds are a key factor. Any potential developer will require an average wind speed of at least 6 meters per second. Farms also need sufficient space for turbines, cabling, and access roads. While there's no uniform UK-wide rule for distance from homes, decisions are based on site-specific impacts such as noise, flicker, and visual effects. Until recently, getting approval for a new wind project was really tough. Most councils didn't have the time or resources to pre-approve sites, which is why around 89% of projects were rejected. Labour's 2024 policy change removes those extra hurdles, making it much easier for reasonable projects to get approved. The land required for a wind farm depends a lot on soil quality. A 1.5 megawatt turbine weighs around 164 tons, so stable ground is essential. Brown earths, hot soils, and calcareous soils are ideal, but deep peat areas are best avoided due to their environmental sensitivity. If your land is graded sub-grade 3B or lower under the agricultural land classification system, you're more likely to have a better shot at approval because higher grade land is typically protected for farming. Electricity generation doesn't happen in isolation. Each turbine needs a connection to the national grid. A site with grid access is a huge advantage for developers because connecting can be both slow and expensive. Some projects wait for up to 10 years just to connect. A 2 megawatt project can cost around £200,000 to connect and more for larger developments. These costs usually fall to developers, but they can affect project timelines and sometimes delay lease start dates, which can cost both developers and landowners. If your land already has grid access, you'll skip years of red tape and make your site far more attractive. Building and maintaining turbines requires large, heavy vehicles. Developers will check whether your land can support proper access roads, not just for construction, but for the long-term maintenance too. Local authorities often require these roads to be fully surfaced, which can take up a surprising amount of land. If your site can handle construction traffic easily, it's another big green tick for developers. So, everything so far looks good. It's windy, accessible, and maybe even has grid access in place. What happens now? If you're not self-developing, a developer will usually get in touch after running their own checks. From there, they'll carry out a feasibility study, offer an option agreement, and work with you on lease terms. Developers first carry out feasibility studies and prepare a detailed environmental impact assessment. Using that, they'll consult with local communities, explore grid options, and apply for planning permission. Once that's approved, they can move forward with ordering turbines, preparing foundations, and installing cabling and access roads. Before construction even begins, developers usually secure power purchase agreements to guarantee where the electricity will be sold. Once the build is complete and the turbines are tested, the focus shifts to long-term operation and maintenance. And while decommissioning might sound like a distant concern, it's important to get it right early on. Technically, landowners are responsible for returning the land to its original state once a project ends. That's why it's crucial to have clear lease terms, making the developer responsible for decommissioning costs and site restoration. Often, landowners could be left footing the bill decades down the line. If you lease your land for wind turbines, you'll receive payments based on your agreement with your site operator. There are several payment models, including fixed payments, percentage-based, or hybrid. Some landowners can receive up to 20% of the total project income, depending on which arrangements they've chosen. If a 3.5 megawatt turbine brings in around $2 million a year, that could mean roughly £400,000 a year for landowners. It can be a reliable, long-term income stream, often lasting decades. Getting a wind farm project off the ground involves more than just having space and wind. Consistent wind speeds, good soil, easy access, and a grid connection all play a part. If you are a landowner wondering if your site might be suitable, don't go it alone. Lumify Energy helps landowners understand their land's potential, negotiate fair terms, and make sure they're getting the best possible deal. If you're thinking about starting a wind project, we have resources to make it easier. Check out our wind speed checklist or our ultimate guide to setting up a wind farm for tips on getting everything off the ground. You'll find both linked in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with other landowners who might be asking the same questions as you.